the name of the show today is about returns and refunds. So you're probably wondering what my whole talking about goals and planning and all that has to do with returns and refunds. But really in your business, it is a very, very important part of your business because you need to know your numbers and you need to know how big of a number your returns and refunds are. So, and you guys know how much I love numbers. So just because you don't like them doesn't mean you don't have to talk about them and deal with them. So returns should not be a painful thing for your business. It should not be anxiety ridden every time one comes up. This is something that you guys need to plan for. Yes, they're going to happen. There is. So here is what you need to do. You need to know, number one, how much you sold last year. Does everybody know that number? Do you know your total gross sales amount? I hope most of you know that amount. I hope. If not, we need to have that conversation. So you take your gross sales for the entire 2013 year, okay? Now, go add up how much all of your returns were for the year. Add up that number, okay? Now take your returns amount and divide that by your total sales amount. The bigger number into the smaller number. And that will give you your percentage of returns for the year, okay? Now, if anybody has a number over 5%, there's some analyzing to do. Most of you should have a number under 3%. Under 3%. Okay? I know I'm making you guys do math. At least it's not taxes. We're not there yet. So, if you have an amount when you do those numbers and it's under 3%, guess what? You're within industry standards for returns, and this is a number that you just need to plan on, okay? This is going forward, you need to plan that percentage into your business. So you need to take your goal of revenue for this year and now figure out 3% of what that is and just plan on that number. And then on the end of the year, you do the math again, because we got to do this every year. Do the math again and see where your number is. See where your number is. And if you're under 3%, you're doing good. So there's no need for all of that anxiety and that agitation every time, you get one of those like cases opened, those dreaded cases opened, and you think you're going to have to do a return. So now let's talk also about returns and how easy eBay is making this for us, guys. So there is the new managed returns program, and on the buyer's end, what they see is hassle-free returns, okay? Hassle-free returns is a marketing technique. Let's just get that out of the way. The language, everything to do with it, has to do with making the buyers comfortable to come over and spend loads of cash, which is what we all want them to do. So this is a good thing. This is a very, very good thing. Now, of course, this has not been formally announced, but this is me with my little crystal ball and, based on history with eBay, that this program is going to become mandatory to keep your top-rated seller status. That is purely speculation on my part. I'm putting my prediction out there, but it would make sense. And it would make sense from a business standpoint for eBay to do that. eBay wants sellers who are making it easy for buyers to trust shopping on the site and also to get that good customer service. And I can tell you guys, this program, you want to be opted into this. This is a piece of cake program. Piece of cake program. Now, I am going to show you my nifty little screen here. All right. You guys now should all be seeing that. Now, and I'll tell you how I went to it, guys. If you just go to Google and type in Managed Returns Program eBay, that is the easiest way to get to it. Because as you can see, it's got a URL, you know, that's ridiculous. Just ridiculous, okay? But anyway, to opt in, it's piece of cake. Opt-in button right there. If you want to read a little bit before you go to the opt-in, you do it down here. But I just want you guys to be aware of this little tidbit right here. This was a study, a UPS study, not an eBay study, a UPS study, that more than 63% of buyers review the return policy before making a purchase. I would say that's pretty accurate. I do that now. I buy a lot of expensive glass, and if they don't have, let me see if I can make my screen a little bit bigger. How's that? Hopefully that helps. If they don't have a good return policy, I'm going to second guess how much I'm going to spend with them. Okay? So, let me show you. I've already opted in, but I think this opt-in button just stays there. And here's what you see when you opt in. Now, some of you are not seeing this option right here. It asks, do you want to use eBay's return process? Yes. Do you want to use your own return merchandise authorization, RMA number, instead of eBay's unique return identifier? I have yes. Reason for yes with this is that way the buyer has to have contact with you before they just send it back. This may or may not be something that you want to be concerned with. But for me, I want to have that ability to talk to them first. Make sure that they're not just sending it back mad, okay? The next one is, do you want to set up automation rules? And I didn't think I wanted to do this at first, but let me show you how easy these are. Because I think I'm going to do this now. And you set up your rules here. Oh, let me apologize, guys. Let's see if that's a little better. I'm trying to blow it up as much as I can here. There we go. We can do that. Let me know if that's a little better. Okay. So tell buyers what to do when they want to return an item. So choose where a returned item should be shipped as if you have more than one location. Most of us don't have that issue. Let the buyer keep the item and automatically issue a refund. Guess what? I am going to select that one. I know some of you are going, oh, but watch this. The purchase price is between $0 and $15. The return reason is, so here's another one. Okay, so I'm not going to do this one. The item was listed to, okay, let's just do the purchase price 0 and 15, because for me, reason I'm selecting that, I don't want to deal with it. And I don't sell very many things at that price point, but if I did and something went wrong, bam, I just want to be done. So we're going to create that rule. Name this rule under 15. Ta-da! That's it. Easy peasy. If I want to create a new rule, and this is the one I was kind of like hesitating on, I am going to do this. If the return reason is item defective, damage during shipping, and I'm also going to make it purchase price between, and I don't know if putting 0 here, we're going to test if leaving that 0 is okay, if it is up to $30. Okay, and you can just come up with your own for these rules, all right, and that's it. Easy peasy. I've created those. I've already turned it on, and we're going to test that and see what it goes. The worst that can happen, guys, is this doesn't work too well, and I have to rethink doing that. So let me see. Put myself back in the little screen here. So what this is going to do is just keep things automated. It's going to let me spend my time that it would take to deal with that under $15 item or that under $30 item if it's broken. Now I can spend that time listing something else that's going to make me a lot more money and make up for that. So automation, automation. Now if you don't have the RMA item, you can set up some rules that are still possibly going to protect you here. But I do believe that eBay is working on a fix for those who are not seeing those, the thing to set up the RMA number. Thank you. And some of our appsters have been on top of that, working with John the Bug Hunter over at eBay. If anybody else wants to send John their information that they have, if you do not see the RMA number being able to be turned on, that you create your own, send that to bughunter@ebay.com, and let me put that over in the chat. Bug Hunter, whoops, is it going to let me chat? Yes, bughunter@ebay.com. There we go. Let's see if that came through. There we go. So if you're not getting that, let them know so they can get that fixed. Because I like to have the RMA number so that people can contact me first. So definitely want to opt into that, guys. You want to be in that program. You want to make it easy for your customers. And do not worry that it's going to increase your returns. No. It's going to increase your sales. And I know some customers are not figuring this out just yet. They will. They will. So just have some patience with them.